Hello, mysterious person behind the screen, and welcome to my Primeval Rewatch series again. This time we'll be looking at the final two series, mixed together because they're pretty much the same series, 4 and 5. The reason I say they're pretty much the same series is because they were filmed together, I think, on the scripts even. I think Series 5 is just listed as Series 4 episodes 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and stuff. Or, you get my gist. They are the same series. They lead on from each other quite nicely. So, first of all, let's talk about Series 4. This is my least favourite series of the bunch. I always thought it was 5, but in this rewatch, this is the one, I think. You can even tell it's my least favourite series because it's the one that I've kept in the least condition over the years, unfortunately. It's kind of sad, but it's kind of nice, glossy, sort of colourful slipcase there, which is kind of nice. So why do I think Series 4 is my least favourite series? I think it's because it's just a bit dull and bland. I mean, I really like episode 1 with Abby and Connor coming back. It's quite nice. Although I don't know why they've changed the anomaly design. It's kind of weird. It looks more like a sort of a swirling mass now rather than a sort of portal than it did before. I definitely prefer the older design. Also, the new title sequence. I really like it. I know a lot of people say, oh, I prefer the original. I kind of do. Let's just put Series 5. Yeah, there we go. That works quite nicely. I kind of do, but at the same time, it's more exciting to look at. I'm sorry, but it just is. The way it sort of... It's got. I do miss the characters appearing, the faces appearing. That's my only gripe, but I love the swirliness of it. And I love how they kept the theme pretty much the same. I mean, it sounds different, like the da-da-da-da-da-da is more prominent in the series 4 and 5 theme than in the 1 to 3 theme, and also they removed my favourite bit of the theme, which is da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da in series 4 and 5, which is a shame. Yeah, but other than that, I like the sequence. Yeah, episode 1's basically just there to introduce the new team. In fact, you got the prequels to do that as well. It's introducing the new team, which I like. Who have you got? In fact, it's only 2 members, isn't it? Yeah, it's only... Oh, God. It's only Jess and Matt that are new, I think. And obviously Philip, but we'll get onto him later. And Emily. Yeah. We'll get onto them later, because they're not really team members. Emily becomes one in Series 5, but that's by the by. So, yes, Matt. In Series 4, anyway, Matt is incredibly dull. Even Jenny, because Jenny comes back in an episode of this for her wedding, and even she comments, she says, God, it must be the last minute on the team these days. And she's right, he's very... I'm not sure if it's the actor, Kieran McMenamin, or if it's the writing or whatever. It's just... I don't know. I'm trying... There was a point where I was watching it where I said, wow, that's... God, that was dull. I'm trying to think of what it was now. It was some sort of action scene. He just went, go around the creature, secure a perimeter. He was just very dull. And I just don't really like... The Series 4 is very just by the numbers. I like the new tone of things. I like how it's sort of Abby and Connor adjusting to the new world and the new arc and stuff. Oh, Jess, yeah. Jess is a good character. I like Jess. She's sort of that just the sweet computer girl who has a sort of a thing with Becca, but it's sort of unspoken and unsaid, and it's kind of nice. So yeah, I like Jess. She's just, yeah, she's good. But it's just the episode I truly love in this series, and I do think if I were ever to make a top 5 episodes, it would be on there, is the episode set in the school, because that is classic Primeval. A creature appearing at a location, a public location, eating some fools. Team have to go into said public location. Boom, boom, boom. Job done. It's classic Primeval. It works really well. It's a really nice subplot with Abby and the creatures, because it's Philip's trying to exterminate them, I think. God, he sounds like a Dalek. But yeah, it's such a cool episode. The kids in the school running around. Although that girl at the beginning, she is a bitch, and I had no qualms about seeing her eaten, which, what does that say about me? But it's like, it's just like that kid at the beginning goes to ask her out, and she's like, would a girl as hot as me, outside of a Seth Rogen movie, fall for a guy as loserish as you? No. The sad thing is there are people like that. I've got people like that in my school. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Yeah, that's a great episode. I love that so much. The rest, it's just dull. It mainly serves as a precursor to what happens in Series 5 with all the New Dawn stuff. Danny comes back at the end to only then go back through an anomaly to look for Ethan, his brother. I mean, it kind of calls back to Series 3 nicely. I just don't believe Danny, having been in that anomaly for over a year, barely surviving, why would he just go back through there in an instant? I just don't believe that he would do that. It's just a stupid character decision. Just at least take a team with you, for God's sake. It's just, it's very, very bad. But yeah, Series 4 is ultimately, I don't really have anything to say about it, because it's just, I can't really muster up what to say. It's a very dull, by the numbers series that honestly just sets up for some good things that happen in Series 5. So let's talk about Series 5, shall we? Let's put Series 4 back on the podium. Or the Connect sensor. And Series 5, I always thought this was my least favourite series. I really enjoyed it on a recent rewatch. I mean, it's not up to the standard of Series 2 or 3 or even 1, and I'm not even the biggest fan of 1, but it's not up to the standard of those. It's pretty good. It's got a really compelling arc to it, with Connor sort of being corrupted, and then halfway through the series he realises what's going on and that Philip's a bad dude and he's in league with Helen. I really like the arc of this, and each episode, apart from like maybe the first 2, is memorable, because you got that amazing episode where it's sort of a bottle episode in the arc with all those bugs coming through. The little anomaly that Connor's caused it all, because he's opened this mini anomaly in his lab under Philip's instructions, because basically Connor's going evil in this series. All these little insects start coming through and they bite Jess, and because she's allergic to them, she almost dies, and that's a really sort of tense scene because she starts hallucinating and blacking out and stuff, and she nearly dies until right at the end they fix her. And Becca sort of shows his true feelings, which is nice. Becca's more of a character in Series 4 and 5 than he was in Series 3, and I'll give him that. That's a good point. That's a positive. That's a positive for them, because they gave more character to Becca, and it made me like him more. You've got the finale, the sort of 2-part finale, where there's anomalies everywhere around the globe, and you've got ARC teams everywhere, getting some creatures, which, nice callbacks there to Series 1, 2 and 3. I've not got a lot of space on the recording left, so I'm going to blast through this. Nice callback to Series 1, 2 and 3, because you've got loads of the creatures from 1, 2 and 3 coming back, like the worms in the fog and stuff. But Abby and Becca have to deal with that in a school, which is a callback to the very first episode where Stephen had to deal with a massive thing in a school. Which is nice. You got the saber-tooth tiger, I'm pretty sure, was there. Yeah, you just got loads of anomalies. It's really exciting. Connor's also having to go undercover. Philip still thinks he trusts him. Connor's having to go undercover and sabotage him from the inside. That sounded wrong. I realised I just heard that. And then the finale where shit hits the fan. But apart from that, you've got so many episodes that are, well, I say so many, there's only 6. Is this 6 or 7? I'm pretty sure 4 is 7. Let's have a check, because it should say on the discs. Yeah, this is 6, 4 was 7. It's probably why I didn't like 4, because it just went on too long. You've got the episode in Victorian London with the Raptor, with Spring-Heeled Jack. You got they bring in a Tyrannosaurus Rex. No! I just heard that. The Tyrannosaurus Rex. That's that's probably my best blooper. A Tyrannosaurus Rex on the streets, only to have it shot within a minute, which was disappointing. But one thing I will say, I always thought they left so many loose threads hanging in this. They don't. A lot of stuff is resolved. I forgot Abby and Connor got married. I totally forgot. When I can't remember who asked who, but when it happened, I was like, what? I don't remember this. Which is kind of nice and it's cool. It does genuinely feel like the end of a show, because they were like, there's no more anomalies, we're done. It's been a great ride, guys. And then Lester goes, new one showed up, get your asses out there. You're not done yet. And they all go off. I wish it had ended there. I so wish that it would have, like Series 2 ends with them going off to find another anomaly. I wish it had ended like that. I wish they all gone off. You could have said goodbye to all the characters properly, gone off. End of the series, end of the show, Primeval's over. That was a satisfying finish. Everyone's together. They're just doing their job. Series 6 could continue. They could do a Series 6 because, you know, there's it's easy to continue from that, but, you know, it's just not really that much of a shame if they don't, because the series has ended. It's fine. And then we get the Matt cliffhanger, which will never, ever, 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 ever be resolved. Thank you very much. Or not officially, anyway. I know there's this Primeval X fan film that's going on at the moment, which I've got a keen interest in. I think that's going to be good. But I don't think that's going to deal with the Matt cliffhanger. So yeah, basically Matt sees another version of himself, and he goes, "You have to go back." Cut to black. Never find out what that's about. Never. We thought the story's done, but they're dragging it out again. It'd be alright if they did the Series 6 and continued with that story, but they didn't, and we're just left with that Canadian spin-off thing, which I haven't watched because I've heard it's not very good. So yeah, there's that. I wish it had just ended with the team going off, and we could have had a nice end to Primeval. And we kind of do. If you ignore that cliffhanger, it's a really good end. I guess the cliffhanger is kind of good. It leaves some mysteries open, I guess. So that's kind of nice, I guess. But yeah, I enjoyed Series 5 a lot more. There's that episode, because you feel for Abby in it as well. Because Connor's being corrupted by this Philip chap. And there's that episode on Submarine, episode 2, which I always thought was like my least favourite episode of Primeval. It's decent. I mean, I still don't think it's great, but it's pretty decent. And Abby and Connor are working together like the old days, like Series 2, 3. And Connor's cracking jokes and stuff. And at the end, he goes off with Philip and he goes back into dick mode. And Abby goes, for a second there, it was like the old days, it was nice. And you just feel like going into the screen and going, yes, it was! Connor, why are you doing this? Because that feels like an old school episode of Primeval. And it was really nice and cool. And yeah, that's... yeah. But yeah, anyway, I really enjoyed Series 5 on this recent rewatch. Series 4, not so much. I just think that's a bit bland. Oh yeah, Emily. She properly joins the team in this one. Because she was sort of half there in 4. She was just staying at Matt's. She was just sort of staying at Matt's, and she got kidnapped a lot. But in this one, she joins the team proper, and she makes a choice. She says, "I'm gonna stay in this. I'm gonna stay with you guys. The Ark is my home now. You guys are my family. Friends are family." Like a Batman is awesome. Just putting that out there. But yeah, like, and she's joined the team, and she's a pretty good character. I quite like her in this. Again, I don't like her much in 4 because she's just sort of a fish out of water, staying at Matt's, doing nothing. So yeah. But in 5, she's a good character, so you know, it all evens out. So that completes my Primeval journey. All in all, I've enjoyed going back and watching this little bit of my childhood, because I'll reiterate, this show really inspired me a lot growing up. Like Me Doctor Who. Me Doctor Who, like my Doctor Who obsession, it inspired me a lot. Creativity and all that. And it's just an exciting show, and it holds up all these years later. Wow. Oh, hang on. Oh dear, a disc has fallen out. Ugh. Get back in there. Well, I'd say it holds up. The first couple of series might be a bit dated, but it's still a good show. And 4 and possibly 1, just because of how sort of long it gets to get going, because you know how complex the characters' understanding of the anomalies become in these two, which is a good point of 4 and 5, because they get the characters' understanding is progressing, and it's kind of nice. Because you know where that's going to get to. Series 1 can be a bit of a slog, because there's a lot of scenes of, what are the anomalies? We got to fix the anomalies! And they replay that speech in the previously and next time trailers, where it's like, we have to predict and contain them. I'm going on about Series 1 now. Yeah, it's still a good show. Series 1, Series 2, and Series 3 are by far the best. But if you can get past 4, 5's a pretty good show as well. 5's pretty exciting and fun, and I really like it. But yeah, give Primeval a watch. I mean, you're a bit of an idiot if you've watched this far in the series and you haven't watched Primeval and you want to, because I've just spoiled everything for you. But if you don't care about that, give Primeval a watch. I think you'll find at least something in there to enjoy. Possibly not the best for new viewers. I think you sort of had to be there when it was airing, but give it a go. I mean, I saw the box set of 1 to 5 all in this big box for pretty cheap in HMB the other day, so give it a watch. You might enjoy it. By far the weakest, one of the best. Second weakest, 2 of the best. So I'm just repeating myself here. So I'm glad you've gone in this little Primeval journey with me. Rank the series below, I guess. What are your opinions on 4 and 5? Because they're really controversial among the small Primeval fan base. Most people agree they're the weakest, but as I say, there's some good stuff in 5. So yes, please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you in my next one. Who knows? I might be doing another rewatch series soon. Take care now. Get in the thing, back on the shelf. Oh, they've all fallen over. Steel books over.